Hey y'all, welcome to Night Sky Wisdom and Tarot. I'm Alex. Welcome to the first week of my new format. So I'm going to give you general, love, and career reading all wrapped into one. Let's see how long this takes. Don't hesitate to hit that like button upon stepping in. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Let's see. So I'm going to start out with your general portion. I'm going to give you a Soul's Journey lesson card, at least one. Let's see what we're feeling for Capricorn. And then I'm going to follow it off with a general overview for your week about what you need to know and think about and what we need to release. Let's get some work done here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Saturn is in retrograde for the next several months, is it? So if y'all feel like a lot of stuff is coming back around, just know that that's what it is. A lot of lessons, or maybe even the opportunities for a lot of things that you already, claimed you want no parts of before. And here it is right back in your face, tempting you to take part again. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Saturn retrograde is like, did we really learn the lesson? Or, tweaking some things in our healing journey to help, make sure we're ultimately ready for the blessing that we say we want. So, Spirit, what's the Soul's Journey lessons for this week for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node? Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Failure, acceptance, and worry. What is on our minds this week? Failure, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Acceptance, I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. How about I just said this serenity prayer myself? And I am a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Mercury. So this may be of some heavy significance for Capricorn energy right now. Where's my little focus paper? Every time. Oh, here we go. So really, really, really pay attention to all the messages. But this is something, if I have a thought right before reading and then it's immediately repeated within the reading, I think the serenity prayer might be of great importance or of great help to a lot of Capricorn energies this week. And worry, again, the serenity prayer. I'm learning that worry does not change the outcome. So a lot of you, failure, acceptance, and worry. It's just about understanding. Maybe you thought certain things were going to go a certain way for you, and they didn't go that way. Or maybe, maybe it's about stepping out into a new journey as well. I feel like a lot of you are stepping out into a new journey, and the past is coming back up. Things that you thought you probably healed already, as far as accepting the past and mistakes that may have been made, or people that you entertained and you shouldn't have, or things you went after that didn't pan out how you planned. And now the memories of that potentially haunting you right now. But Spirit is asking that you not let these things cloud your mind, because they're going to be hindrances to the blessings that you have in store for you. They're going to become self-fulfilling prophecies if you cannot learn to alchemize that energy. Accept and understand that you're entitled to those feelings. You're human. But maybe learn to work with them a lot better in order to clear the energy from around you is what we need to work on this week, Capricorns. So we're getting into the tarot for you. Let's see. Which way is this deck? Okay. Yeah, so a lot of you are having a lot of self-deceptive thoughts. So the good thing in this is that it's not real. It's not really real. There's some fear that's popping back up from old energies. So you're feeling like you can't do something, or you're almost over strategizing towards something, when Spirit is just saying, let it go, let it flow. Go after it. I said the way is safe. The path has been laid before you. Just go after it. But our little voices in our head, sometimes because of fear, we feel like we got to carry all these swords with us, and we got to build this protective barrier around us just in case. And let me take an extra sword just in case, some extra demon comes up that I need to fight and I lose my other sword. It's like over preparing. Analysis paralysis is what I'm getting. So you need to be aware of that energy. So this week it's going to require you to make a lot of moves in discomfort. And not because they're the wrong moves. It's just because you're fighting some inner hesitation that's more about past programming than it is about the reality of the present. Okay? You're being asked to really look at all of your options. And also understand a lot of you are being looked at as options for a lot of opportunities right now. So this is what Spirit is saying that you need to do for the week. You need to, I'm hearing, actually prepare as though you know you're up for examination. So here's the thing. You might not have any interviews scheduled for the week. You might not have anywhere special you're supposed to go but to the grocery store or go pick up the kids. Or if you don't have kids, go, run an errand for your aunt or go check on your mom or your dad. Something like that. But I'm actually getting from this 7 of Cups card that you're being looked at very closely, even if you don't realize it. I think so many of you have your head down right now, and there's so much tension, especially with the Saturn retrograde, that it's hard to really feel the energy of how much support and admiration you have around you. So typically in this card, you would be the one represented here looking at all these options. And what Spirit is saying that all of these cups represent all of your qualities, and people are looking at that like, oh, I could really use this for my project. Or, oh, you know what? She's really good at organizing. Let me take this quality about her and relay it to this person I know is looking for a professional organizer. I know that's very random, but that might apply to somebody. You're more on a pedestal than you realize. And that actually, let me write that down because that's very important for you to know. Maybe the title of your reading. So if anything does stop you this week, if y'all hear that in the background, that's actually my shower. I'm not too far from my bathroom and it's draining. Anyway, if there's any blockages that you do experience this week, it will solely be from the energy that you're putting out. I don't see it being from anything else. It's not a third party interference. Yeah, there's always something or somebody, but ultimately the worst energy coming at you this week is from yourself. You got to release this energy. This is in your release position for the week. And I think I said in my all signs reading for the weekend, and I don't know if it was for Capricorn, but check it out because I actually think it was for y'all. Yeah, it was Capricorn. You're going to have to experiment with different ways of releasing that tension. Everything doesn't work for everybody. You may do a meditation or do affirmations and find out, like 2 minutes later, this shit didn't work. Be honest with yourself about the methods. Everything doesn't work for everybody. You may need to take your shoes off, ground your energy, go outside and step in the grass. If that doesn't work, you may need to listen to a sermon or something. I mean, if you follow Christianity and that's your thing, whatever your thing is, you may need to listen to some inspirational, motivational music. You may need to just detach in the sense of watching the dumbest, stupidest, goofiest movie that makes you laugh. But experiment with different ways to release this energy. I feel like this is old energy that is really haunting a lot of you. And a lot of this is this Saturn retrograde energy, cleaning it out, purging. I excuse the reference, but purging the pus from the wound. And you got to suck out that venom too. And you're going to have to be very intentional. That's an old school way that people would use to try to get out venom immediately after snake bites. But you have to do it quick and you have to do it concisely and intentionally. And Spirit is like, this is the time to suck the venom out. You can't passively wait for yourself to feel better. Think about all the successes. And see, this is why I know this is a testing energy for a lot of you. I feel like a lot of you got a lot of things going for you where people be like, what is her problem? Yeah, this may be an issue. Money may be an issue this week. Maybe it's a relationship thing. But overall, he or she, they're attractive. They're educated. Not only that, they got all these opportunities. I feel like for a lot of you, there's seeds have been sown, but they have not blossomed yet. And it's at that breakthrough point where it comes through the soil. And even if you think of like a tooth, you know, kids with baby teeth, you know, that breakthrough point when their teething is oftentimes the most painful. It's right before it breaks through the skin is where all the tension and the swelling comes in. And you are in that space before you break through. So think about all that's really going on for you. Try to step away from those negative energies. Do whatever you need to do to step away from them. And almost feel yourself viewing and hovering over the negative things from the outside looking in. And what you take with you as you hover over all of the negative things that are going on right now, because I feel like they're short term. Take with you the good. The me that's looking at all these bad situations is carrying with me the fact that I have this opportunity. I have my business going. It's only a matter of time before I get my first client. I'm on a weight loss journey. I lost my first 5 pounds. I have the attention of this person, this person, and this person. I have the floor right now. You have the floor right now, Capricorn. So almost picture yourself hovering above your problems as though the person dealing with those problems is separate from you. Do whatever you need to do, but that's just a few methods that are coming to mind. So don't let your worry for the week override or block your blessings. Okay, let's get into the love portion of the read. And so I'm going to be starting off with the Doreen's Virtue Love Oracle cards. So what are the messages for Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node for love. Engagement, flirt, express your love. Capricorns, this seems to be more for, okay, there's 2 groups that this could be for. Okay. So a lot of you may be single. A lot of you may actually be in a committed relationship that's leading to engagement. Either way, I feel like as a collective, whether you are single or already partnered, a lot of you don't realize how close you are to committed or the next step in commitment. Okay. So this says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Yeah. But again, single or couple, I get that this doesn't, so it doesn't necessarily mean you don't have somebody, but I think in your mind's eye, many of you are like, if it happens, it happens, or you may want it to happen, but something in you, again, this Saturn energy has you really doubtful of anything you don't see in front of you right now. So if asked, you'd be like, I mean, yeah, we may end up engaged, but I mean, why would it be now? And if you're single, I mean, I could end up in a relationship, but how? Is somebody going to break in my front door and we date? Because I don't go anywhere. It's like a very doubtful energy I'm getting about the next step in your love life. But Spirit is saying to lighten up and open up. Flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others and express your love. Go ahead and make a romantic gesture. So what I'm getting heavily from this is it's not necessarily about doing this with the intent of finding a mate or convincing your mate to take it to the next level. It's about, again, you opening yourself up to receiving love. And a lot of times to do that, you have to open yourself up to showing little acts of kindness and love and attraction. A lot of that, I'm just feeling blockages for Capricorn this week. But blockages that can be overcome, but sometimes the mental ones are way harder than the ones that require a 3D solution, because this is all about controlling the narrative in your mind. Let's do Kipper and see what we get. Yeah, imprisonment, y'all. It's all about being stuck in your mind right now. And in this, I don't get that you necessarily have a negative outlook on love. What I'm getting is that you're just indifferent. Is it apathetic right now? Is that the word for it? You're indifferent. With this family room coming out in the prior energy, I'm getting that Yeah, not only are you indifferent and trapped in this headspace, but a lot of you are indifferent because you've seen this story play out in not the best of ways for maybe in your own home, in childhood, with family relationships or marriages. Your parents could be together, and on the surface level, or they could have been together a long time, and for the surface level, it seemed like everything was okay. They were married, they had y'all, they worked, y'all went to school, everybody's happy, everybody's good. But underneath the surface, you realize that things weren't as happy as they seemed. I feel a lot of you feel so indifferent towards love. And Spirit really wants you to open your heart and break down those barriers, because the confines of programming from your past, do not have to restrict the level of happiness and joy and partnership that you experience. Judication is out because you get to be the one to decide, am I going to put in work to open up to the type of love that I may have never experienced? Am I going to learn what my triggers are or why I feel limited? How I'm actually being my own, I'm creating this self-fulfilling prophecy in my own life. Whatever you decide is what will be. So really, I want you to understand this message from Spirit, because Spirit is saying there is nothing limiting you other than the walls, the bars, the ceilings around you that you mentally feel like these are the limitations of love. These are the limitations of my ability to love or receive love. You can knock down those walls. You can unlock that gated door. Because it's all about programming. It's not real. It's not reality. It's just been that your reality may have been limited by your previous experiences, either directly in love or with those around you who are in love. Start light, though. That's why the Spirit wants you to start light. Flirt. Entertain a conversation. It doesn't have to be forced. It just needs, you need to be aware that maybe you're not even doing that. It's okay to flirt without having an end game in mind. It's okay to even express attraction or admiration with no expectation. But open yourself up to expressing that kind of love without the expectation of getting it back. Because ultimately, I feel like that's what a lot of you lacked from childhood and from your previous relationship. Dropping the expectations of reciprocation for certain things. And here's the thing, we want reciprocated love, but we have to act in the manner in which we want others to act towards us. We have to be the mirror for them. That doesn't mean that you get in a bad relationship and keep doing good things for them until hopefully they'll change. No, I'm saying in your singleness, right? Or your singledom, is that right? Or even in a relationship that isn't perfect, but it's generally healthy, but there needs to be some improvements. A lot of times we want the other person to do first before we show them the side that we're capable of doing. But Spirit is saying, in general, in everyday life, even not directly towards a person of interest, even if you're not with anybody, start showing the unconditional love and gestures towards other people that you want somebody to show towards you, because you don't want them having an expectation of, I'm only saying this so I can get something out of you. So why would you do it to other people? And if that's been the example of love that's set for you, start practicing the opposite of that and realizing how it changes not only your vibration, but the things that come into your environment with regard to love. Start simple. Take this week, if you're single and don't even have any prospects, you look nice today. Or flirt if there's somebody you want to flirt with. No expectations though. Just do it because it's you feel drawn to give that person that compliment. You see something nice, you say something nice. Anyway. And ultimately, the end game again is to lead to a next level of commitment for you guys. So let's move on to career and finance. We're going to do a moonology and then like a tarot spread for this. So what are the messages, career and finance? What's the money messages for Capricorn for the week? What's the money messages for Capricorn for the week? What's the money messages for Capricorn? Ooh, nothing will come of this situation. Let's pull two more. Okay. A time to give rather than to take. Your dreams require a practical plan and a time for healing. A lot of you have money blockages that are a result of doing things from a place of desperation or thinking that the success that you're trying to reach is a way of healing some other form of pain. And so because that's the place that they're coming out of, and this is, again, not going to be for everybody, but for those, some of you experiencing blockages, this is the time to think about why it is that you want to succeed in the first place. Yeah, okay, duh, we all want money. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to be financially comfortable, right? But the other part of that is what's driving you so hard, even though you're banging against a wall right now, if that's how you feel. So Spirit is saying, nothing will come of this situation doesn't mean that your ultimate goal is not going to succeed. What it's saying is the frame of mind that you're in right now is not going to work. You really need to narrow down your why, and then all that other crap that's driving you, you need to, that's where you need to go in and heal, because it says also a time for healing. Okay, the motive has to be right, because what's going to happen if you attain in a space of need a codependency on these things or this title or whatever to give you a sense of accomplishment? What happens when there's a slow period? What happens when there's a shift in the plan, or it needs to look a little bit different? Because Spirit can grant us what we want in the moment. That doesn't mean that that's what is always going to be the answer or the remedy. At some point, it could shift. What happens if the money is taken away? So Spirit is saying that you really need to come at this in a clear-headed mind space and be clear about your why and focus on your why. And the why has to be much deeper than just because I want. What is it that you are providing, and what? So for entrepreneurs, if you're bringing a gift to the table or a talent to the table, what is it that you're providing to the world? What solution is bringing you joy out of this? Aside from just getting money, where in it do you find pleasure, because it's feeding humanity in a positive direction? It's fueling a positive change for humanity. And I know that it could be like, I ain't trying to do that. I'm just trying to start a moving company. Yeah, but do you want to do it just because you heard people make a lot of money doing it? Sorry, I forgot my camera cuts off at a certain time. I usually try to catch it. Anyway. Or even if it's truly your soul's calling, I feel that, again, there's a lot of tension right now and frustration because a lot of people are right at their breakthrough point. And so a lot of that initial surety is starting to wear thin, right? So a time to give rather than to take. It could be about being a little bit more charitable right now and giving of your time to others, but I actually feel like this is a time to give to yourself more than to take. If you've been burning the candles at both ends, working 20-hour days, and it's like there is no movement, maybe the message right now is to nourish yourself and to understand the spiritual journey that's a part of this as well. It ain't sexy, but it's the reality. Sometimes there's this point of stagnancy in which it's like a spiritual self-check is supposed to occur. Am I taking care of myself as well? Maybe this is the time for me to step back and do some self-care. That doesn't mean be inconsistent, but maybe like spread out. It's hard to say because I don't know what businesses you all are doing, but don't do it at the detriment of your own physical and psychological health, because now it becomes an addiction and an obsession. And if you're addicted and obsessed with something, now it becomes the power over you, and you aren't the one bringing the power and the abilities and the skills to the table. I hope I'm making sense. Also, your dreams need a practical plan. So this is very much giving me magician energy and saying that you have the ability to manifest, and you do have that power to put thoughts and turn those thoughts into things. But the problem is that in the real world, 3D world, they also require you to hold yourself to a level of accountability. But in combination with these other cards, I think it's not that you've not been working, you've just been working on the fly, right? So instead of working harder, also work smarter. You don't have to burn yourself out just doing something and feeling like, okay, well, I worked for 20 hours, but was the work that you were doing for 20 hours necessary? Or did you waste 15 hours because really only 5 of it was a task that really fed and fueled the progression of the business, and the other was just busy work that really could, like, you could have left it alone and it would still just been fine. Make sure that the efforts that you're putting forth are actually towards improving the reach, is what I'm hearing, and the quality of the service or the business that you're involved in. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick tarot spread for this. Again, this message from the initial general energy is still coming over into your money part, which makes sense because it's the general energy for the week. But I feel like a lot of you don't realize how much others see you as knowledgeable, someone to look up to. A lot of people, not only that, are attracted to you in romantic ways, but also in the ways of when they think of when they hear of opportunities that fall into the fields that they know that you're involved in, that they immediately think of you and think that even if you didn't know, the full extent how to do something, they know that you could figure it out. The problem is you don't believe it. So even with coming into this money read, it's not that you're not grinding. Are you grinding on towards the things that you know that you've been spiritually led towards? Are you knowing, okay, my advertising sucks. I've been feeling guided to improve on my advertising structure. And this is something that I know, like, beyond a shadow of a doubt, will help my business. That's different than, oh my gosh, I just need to do something. So let me change the font on my website and let me spend 2 hours trying to figure out how to make, I don't know, this page play music and the other one doesn't. And then I'll spend another 3 hours trying to figure out how to get my mailing list to send back a thank you or acknowledgement. Those are little tweaks that are nice, but they really aren't. Do you get what I'm saying? So now it's like I'm doing all this work. I don't see the results. Well, Capricorn, it's like you're doing fear-based work. You're anxious. So you're just moving. You're touching shit, you're tweaking shit, like you're just doing things. And it's all based out of you not understanding how talented and smart and capable you are, to the point where your ideas are ingenious. You don't have to feel, I'm going to say this cautiously, but for the most part, for the Capricorns that are here for this reading, you are not the type that has to overanalyze anything. I think sometimes ideas come to you so simply that if you're not in a place of full confidence and in your power, you question, well, why was that? That just seems too easy. You question your own knowledge. And so you start adding all this extra stuff in, and you end up burning out. You're not giving to yourself. You're not healing, and you end up in this state of furthering your anxiety. Give yourself credit. You're allowed to be on your pedestal. And actually, in this tarot, this looks excellent. So whatever idea you came up with, I often see the 10 of Pentacles as the picture in the frame. So if you're not in that energy, it means you know what is going to put you in this energy. You know the business. You may know the person that's in there with you. You get what I'm saying? You have the idea already. Spirit's giving you the vision. And so this is a recent past energy. You already have the vision, and it's already been confirmed that it's going to work. 10 of Pentacles. Empress energy around your money. A lot of you, this is something that's about healing. It's a healing business. A lot of you may be educators. I'm getting healthcare. I'm getting even if it's like a management position, I still feel like it's in either for a company or in a position to where it deals with the care of others. Okay. And then in the near future with your money, Page of Pentacles. Now, this gives me, again, this whole read. I'm sorry, my dog is barking loud as I don't know what. It's very distracting. I'm sorry. It throws me off for a second, but I'm here. This gives me the energy for Page of Pentacles that the dream and the vision has been confirmed. You stepped into your power to work out, to manifest this 10 of Pentacles. But in reality, when it comes to the money or the proof, the proof being in the pudding and the 3D manifestation, we're still in the baby phases. But whatever that first confirmation that lets you know, oh shoot, this is working, it's coming in. And I don't typically get time frames, but Capricorns, I'm feeling a lot of you are going to get it in this week. If you don't get the full flushed out version of the dream, you're getting that first thing that makes you feel like, oh shoot, it's happening. It's happening. And your only blockage, what is this? 9 of Cups. Remember I said it's like this week the energy is saying to you, everything's in place for you. If there's any opposition, you are the op. You're the op. So stand in your power, know your value. You're gonna have to twerk. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's not necessary. It might not work the first time. Whatever healing or practices you may do, or meditations, with Saturn being in retrograde, it is going to test everything you do. You're going to have to come out with full ammunition this week, Capricorns, to bring you back to this 9 of Cups, because this is the only way that you're going to unlock the door and you're going to see this page pop out for you. Only way. You're going to be in the fight of your life internally this week. Once you break through that door, 3 of Pentacles. And you know what's funny? For this 3 of Pentacles, it is about collaborations and opportunities and working with other people. But I just get, honestly, a multiplication of this page. You're going to start seeing it go from this little thing to this. Oh, there's 2 more Pentacles. And it could be in the form of, okay, you get an increase in traffic to your business site, and then all of a sudden you get your first check, and then all of a sudden you get your first referral. So it might not all be monetary immediately. It's all these things that are leading you to the money trail. You're on your way. You need to put yourself on the pedestal that everybody else has you on already. Okay? So I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope this helps. This has been a beautiful read. I'm telling you, stay in the fight. It's okay. It's okay. This is what Saturn retrogrades do. They test you. I know as Capricorns, you're sick of the test. I know. And Saturn boomeranging back around is not help, but it will pass. Okay? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, love you. Bye.